All right. I think it's story time. It's court. We're back in court. Good morning, good afternoon, good day that ends in Y. Everybody, hope you're doing well. It's Friday here in the Nihon. Hi, Jupiter and Jupiter. So sorry, dude, about last time. I missed your message because my streamer bot chat was on Twitch only, so it filtered out the YouTube stuff. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you last time you came by, but I'm really glad you came back again. Thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. I set the stream on YouTube site to low latency this time, so hopefully it'll be more live for you. I hope, anyway. Anyways, and to anyone on Twitch and everyone here, welcome in. It's time for court. We still got a lot more to do in terms of like the case, because like we've been in case 4 for like 2 streams now, and we're still in day 1, so we got a lot to do. But I hope we have a good time with it. We're gonna have some fun tonight. But I hope everyone's doing well. My Friday was quiet. There's a part of me that feels guilty, but at the same time, it's like I was feeling like I needed to listen to my body. I put this stream in reminder. That's why it's so low. Well, I'm glad you did, Jupiter. I'm glad that I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself to the point where you put it on a reminder. That means I did something right last time. So thank you for that. So my day was okay. I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? I have one of those weird days today where I woke up and like, usually I have something that happens every Friday. Like I go out to lunch with a friend, but I feel like for some reason, I feel like I don't want to do that tomorrow. I was like going to bed Thursday night. I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, okay. I think, you know, it wasn't that I hate hanging out with my friend or I hate getting lunch with them on the regular basis. It's just like, I think there was something inside me that was like, you know, I just need, my body and my mind were telling me, you need a day to just do what you want to do. Just do it yourself, do your own thing. And that's what I did. You know, thankfully I have a good friend. And like when I texted him in the morning, I was like, hey man, I don't think I want to do lunch today. He was a little disappointed, but he understood. And I was very grateful to that. Yeah, like it was just one of those days where like, I just needed to be alone for a little bit more. I think partly it's because this week at work and with what's coming up on the weekend, I'm going to be basically socially spent. Like my battery's going to be pew. So maybe that was it. Maybe my body was just telling me like, you need some extra time, because I am an introvert, despite the fact that I'm streaming on Twitch. My body was maybe telling me like, you need some more you time. So make sure you give it to yourself. Self-care, I guess, is another way to do it. You definitely a day when you can do what you want, so yeah. I appreciate that. By the way, Jupiter, it is low. I did set this to low latency on this side, right? Yeah, it's at low latency on YouTube, so hopefully it's a little bit more rapid, but I'm responding to you. Hopefully it's coming in a little bit more readily, but I appreciate it, you being here all the same. All right, but yeah, other than that, I was kind of just like, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm looking forward to this, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Hopefully Boca remembers. I'm gonna be hanging out on Boca's channel a little bit in the morning, and then we're gonna go to Death Stranding. And then Sunday I'm gonna be hanging out with Boca again, and we're gonna play this Mecha Chameleon game that like is the new hotness among all the professional YouTubers. Never played it myself, so I don't know what to expect, but I saw a little bit. It's like prop hunt, but with like artistry. I'm probably gonna be bad at it, but I'll be willing to play it for an hour or so just to try it out. Yeah, it's gonna be a busy weekend for your boy. But yeah, so we also had a lot of fun last night with Thursday Day. Nikkei summer event was a lot of fun. Glad I got like all the poll drama out of the way, at least for that week, because next week we got Marciana. And I definitely want to go play that ball and pit minigame they made in there again. That thing was really fun. So I definitely want to play that some more. Same with like getting my logins and stuff. I'll probably log in real quick before bed tonight just to make sure I keep up with that, because like summer event is gonna have a lot of goodies and I want to make sure I get everything. It's not that you have to log in every single day, there's like buffer, but like I want to make sure I get as much as I can because it's a fun idea. But yeah, we had a good time with that. And I'm glad that everyone was having a good time with us yesterday on that as well. But yeah, so I don't think much happened between streams, but do thank out to Yuari Cha for the shout out last night. Appreciate it. I hope they had a good run with their polls. We streamed into it. We raided into another Nikkei commander. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's really it. I don't think we have much to do here other than like get to court. So I'm gonna turn down the Phoenix Wright on this side by turn down I mean completely mute, and then pull up the mute here. Here we go. So while we're doing that, there we go. So for those who might not understand as we go into case 2, so last time we were starting the day. We're still in day 1 of the trial because as it is, Phoenix has been given a mandate by the killer. He must get a not guilty verdict by the end in 1 day, or Maya might be, you know, right? Sent to the farm, because she really wants to go, and like, she's never seen a cow because she lives in the sticks. No, so like Maya's in trouble. So Phoenix has been basically not panicking, but he's been basically stressed out of his gourd. Maybe panicking. He's trying to get that not guilty verdict so that Maya will be safe. We were just about to start the cross-examination of Miss Adrian Andrews, the manager of our defendant, who also knew the victim. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. But essentially, Steel Samurai goof shenanigans happen once again. Nickel Samurai accused of killing his biggest rival, Jammin Ninja, who was found murdered. And now we're just kind of deciphering the clues there. And our boyfriend's back. So, yeah, that's the not and short of it. All right, here we go. It's always the samurais. Exactly. Can't trust the samurai, Jupiter. Dude, I can't believe it, Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. Yeah, so Phoenix basically laid the claim that, like, listen, the evidence that you're pointing at my client here could also point to Miss Andrews. And as we saw from the photo that Lotta's camera took, the person who went to the room in the Nickel Samurai outfit was too short for the outfit. So who's short? Women. No, specifically Miss Adrian Andrews, who also had the opportunity to put the knife that we saw in the guy earlier. So like, that's basically the working theory, but now we're gonna like work our way back. Of course, our boyfriend Edgeworth, who's just calm and collected, like, oh, right, I knew you'd pull something like this off. Of course I'm prepared. Anyway. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So, after the ceremony, during the break, huh? Adrian is one of my fave side characters in JFA. I'm looking forward to getting to know her more. I definitely, I mean, the first time I saw her was like Zero Suit Samus, but she definitely has a very, very unique personality. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See? She could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama. The only question is, if you were sleeping in the costume, as the photo is suggesting, how the heck did she get it off you? Huh. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it was really her? Why are the actors always sleeping? They're tired, they gotta do a lot. Entertainment's a tricky mistress sometimes, Jupiter. People just like, they got so much they gotta do. Hold on, let me just check a couple things here. Yeah, everything went out. Sorry about that, just double checking a few things. I'm getting paranoid. It could just be everybody I know when love is gone. Nah, it's just more like we got some people who are sleepy sheepies. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, we're good. All right, so let's just enjoy the show. All right. Everything is good on my side. Back to the action. She was the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Our own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be all right. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yeah. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impact's as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corrida, the victim of the murder. And that's why I think Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? If I remember right, it was Edgeworth, right? The prosecution, because we first learned about this at the police station when we ran into Edgeworth. Better stated, Mrs. Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts? Edgeworth. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of the ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Yeah, in other words, Edgeworth already knows what to expect. He's in a game of chess, he's always 4 steps ahead. And then Phoenix, like an idiot, is like the one guy who goes to the chessboard and just eats one of the pieces. And is like, I win. And Edgeworth's like, you can't do that. Just did. What are you gonna do about it? Whee! And walks off. Anyway. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Juan Corrida's room. I'll try to watch his stream to the end, though. I'll probably have a dinner in a few hours, different times. No worries, Jupiter. I understand. I appreciate you being here all the same. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for being here. And yeah, if you got to go get a tasty dinner and come back, that'd be great, too. But yeah, good. Miss Juan Corrida. Mr. Juan Corrida, what is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ungard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. Well, what is it? Not really sure why witnesses are allowed to make demands of me, but go on, do your thing, girl. I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. Like, quietly, like, is moving his heel back to, like, hide the subscription, the 12-month subscriptions worth of magazines he has in his, under his chair. I've never heard of this. What is a newspaper? What is gossip? If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Well, that's why he's up there in the robe, so he doesn't have to be questioned. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation with the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. Hey, HV, welcome in. Thanks for the boat, buddy. Hope you're doing well. So it was a fry and bait matter. Was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. Judge, you good? Also, what does he mean, fry and bait matter? I've never heard of that expression. It's court time indeed. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well, HV. Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. Thank you, HV. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I think she's talking about me. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well, then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. When I found the body. I don't know why I said body like that, but it's fun. It was the time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Thanks for the 10 stream. 3x minus 7 is 23. Okay, now you're making me do math in my own stream here. Let's see. 3x minus 7. So if I plus 7, that's 30. 10. Yep, that's right. That checks out. Good math there, Atchby. Who pours a glass of juice when looking at that body? Good question, Jupiter. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix. She's one cool and collected cucumber, and she has all the brains to match. Yeah, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who's easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant the trial's over. Understood? So, you want me to beat her with the power of confusion? I mean, I can do that, but I don't know how I'm going to go about starting that with her. Also, let me get some lighting in here, because it's finally starting to become dusk. Here. So I could press. I think I'm not going to get penalized for pressing. So let's press everything and see what we can get. Beat her with the power of friendship! That'll really throw her off her pace. And what was Mr. On Guard doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini-performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room. Yes? Excuse me? It? But what are you... Right. I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ongod's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. Damn, burn. Also, hi YouTube side. Yeah, hi YouTube, hi Twitch. One day I'll be able to figure out a way where everybody can show up, but like, you guys can show up together, but the next step will be that like, everybody can see each other. I guess technically you can, because like on the, this is showing both. But yeah, anyway. After that, I went to Juan's room. Hold it, you went to a room? Why did you do that? As a friendly gesture. Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim? Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? Hi, Twitch people. There is his body. I was in shock. You were in shock? I would be happy. You were in shock. What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Kurita. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with this being shocked or not. I see. You were so shocked you got thirsty all of a sudden, need to drink juice. So this was the thing that stood out in her testimony. Where's the crime scene photo? Because this thing... She said it was the same, but like, no. What I saw was the exact same scene as in the crime scene, but she's the one who introduced the juice glass, so the order of events is wrong. I'm gonna hold that back, but I think this is it. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure we'll see Francisca again. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in its chest. And the guitar case was like this, too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next with this? I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down, without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I'd like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind was really a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? Listen, I'm cross-examining. This is the adversarial process of the criminal justice system. I'm supposed to be mean to you. Not really, but you get it, you know? I'm supposed to push back at you because that's the rhetorical adversarial system that our stupid monkey brains have come up with. I was so dazed, I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Ow, my hands! Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Rabble, 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 rabble! Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? The broken one with the flowers, yeah. This mess of glass shards. It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. Yeah, I get it, but, you know, when others get mean to the witness, nothing's scared. When you get mean to the witness, you're the worst. You're the devil. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please addition anything else you may reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Edgeworth, don't believe her. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell onto the guitar case. I'll press this new statement a little bit. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought it would try to take Juan's pulse, so I set the glass while I was holding down on the dresser. And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I have to find something. I just have to. For Maya's sake. Okay, so that one doesn't make sense to me. Bullier. Bully. Hey, Four Eyes, you know, why's your hair so greasy today? That was the wrong kind of bullying, I think, right? That was the wrong kind of bullying. Just make her cry. Okay, I did it. I killed him. Like, oh, damn. I don't know if there's a contradiction here. But I think this is related to the guitar case because it said it only had the top of the lid. But she'd also mentioned that at the time of the crime scene photo, it was exactly like this. So if it was like this, then maybe that's it. That is it. Because here's the thing. She says she found the crime scene exactly like it is. But if she did, why is the guitar case not full of water? I'm gonna, you know, just to be absolutely sure, we're gonna take a safety save real quick. Also, so I don't have to do all of that again. I think that's it. I feel like the pot breaking was maybe to hide it. Maybe. Let's try this, because I feel like if that was the case, yeah, I think okay, yeah. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. This is correct. Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case would have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. Rabble, rabble, rabble of confusion? That's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. Look at this photograph, Your Honor. Every time I do it, it makes me laugh. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, there would have been vase shards as well in the case. The glass shards should be inside, not outside the case. Objection. What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? Objection! No, I forgot to do objection. Objection! No. No. Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. Objection! But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found in his studio. It had no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems there's no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? I feel I need to press this on because this is the only thing I got going. There's gotta be something here. I don't know what it is yet, though. The empty guitar case. Ow, my hands! I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this. But it is you, Pookie. What did you call me? What did I call you? You said Pookie. Pookie? I would never call you Pookie, but you say it all the time in our bedroom. And the crowd is slowly like, rabble, 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 rabble. The judge is like, ooh, this is gonna make good gossip in the next edition, which I'm not subscribed to. I'm not a lifetime subscriber. Anyway. Can't believe I'm doing this either. All right, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. I feel like the flower she altered more of the scene than she admitted to. That's, I think, the only thing I can think of. It's like, you lied about this. You lied about only touching the vase, but the vase doesn't make sense. So what did you actually touch? Maybe there was something else there, right? My only other thought was the crime scene. Why did it have the glass juice there? That also wouldn't have made sense to me. It's like, why would the glass have been there if you said you saw the photo? But maybe I was that would have been my over-engineering brain going like, well, why is this here? Anyway. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. I'm crazy. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now, it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. Shut up, Edgeworth! Don't you bully me! Now the prosecution, Your Honor, he's bullying me! I'll allow it. Let's see here. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Also, like, she poured it in the room, but not before. It seems weird to me. You mean the juice? So you just happened to knock over a vase and decide to open a guitar case? Yeah, that's weird to me too. She's being very coy or vague, or maybe she honestly doesn't remember, but either way, it doesn't make sense. Well, you see, are you sure that the one who opened the guitar, are you sure you're the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side's taking over. Well, Miss Andrews. Yeah, it was me. She'll listen to the judge. Ow, my hands! So, you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Corita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. Objection! As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, ow my hand, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was all right or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But, getting back on topic. Why would she care about the guitar is a good question to bring up. Was it really empty? She has a crush. That's her real one true love. The OTP, Adrian Andrews and bright red guitar from Case 4 of Justice for All. I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. Objection. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. Sorry. I don't... Was that because you were shocked and dazed at the discovering of the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not gonna get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix, we can't afford to let up now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now. This is our chance. All right. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. All right. Let's see here. She opened the guitar vase after you knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal, though, right? The case was empty. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. What do I have in the court record that I could use here? Also, real quick, just so I don't waste everybody's time. Safety save. A weapon to kill her? Just kidding, no worries. We're gonna commit murder in court a second time. I wonder if the guitar was originally a Mender's? Maybe. I don't know. It only has Corita's fingerprints, so there's no way we can say like she touched. But wait, hold on. Hold on. I suppose I must have after. But why? But if you had opened it, why are there only Corita's fingerprints on this? Objection! That one was a slam dunk. I said, wait a minute. You said you touched it, but this says you don't touchy. You say touchy, no touchy. Why? This is caveman. I'm just a simple caveman lawyer, but anyway. God, that reference has got to be like what? 30 years old now? I'm old, Peter. I've forgotten how to fly. Anyway, there's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah! What dishes, Mrs. Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? Why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony. Of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of those thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime, and we can clearly take her word for that. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Yeah, because you know why it's a little strange? Because while you didn't have fingerprints on the guitar, your tomato juice, your thirsty-ass drink has them on it. Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Well, I mean, if you're gonna make me present it to you, yeah. Take that! I have your proof right here. The wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on the wine glass. Ah! Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open a guitar case? Ah! Oh God! Oh, good. Thank God she got her spare pair. You know, I was oh man, those glasses must have been expensive. It's okay. She had a spare pair on her. That's good. Anyway, rabble, 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 rabble. Order, order, order. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. Huh? What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty, though. But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, no, that's not right either. No, there's only one reason she would go for the guitar case. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was wearing gloves despite the fact that on the case... Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided objection! No, Your Honor. Please, recall that Mrs. Andrews had testified the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the scene. Ow, my hands! I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you are so sure, right? Then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything to do at all with the murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second. Remember, Shutakumi Law School. Think stupider, right? Or, as Mia would say, don't think about why the guitar wasn't in the guitar case. Think about why the guitar case was opened. Let's suppose for a second. The bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. That's what I was thinking. Like, there was something else there that she wanted. Hit table. Ow, my hands! Like, you just sting it after a while. Yeah, this is where I was thinking. Like, there was something else in the case. Something that she was looking for. The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean to suggest a bright black guitar. So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, right? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? How would I think it's the note. I think what she was looking for was the note. That's the only other thing someone would have gone for there. So I'm thinking, like, What was inside this case in the time of the murder? I think it was, but how do I present that? I think it was the I think it was the note. Like, my theory is, like, she saw him, saw an opportunity to look for the note, and that was it. But let me see. I think it's this. Am I right? And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright? Why? Well, I just thought it might have been possible. I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be? Ow! Edgeworth, my feelings are hurt. Let's try again. All right, so maybe I'm on the wrong track. Maybe I'm on the wrong side here. Yeah, should never bring it out again. Ow! Now that hurt my brain. Can't a foolishly foolish fool get some love? Do you still think you can prove your theory? Can you prove the guitar case was not empty at the time of the murder? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Let's see here. What could it be? Because if it's not the note... Is it in the note? It's not there. I don't know if it's the button. Not the camera. I don't think it's a costume because we know that's not true. So I'm trying to eliminate things here. I don't think any of this stuff is irrelevant. It couldn't. I don't know if it would have been the button. Could it have been the button? Imagine the card she's holding is the real villain all along. The card murdered him. It's not that. I don't think it's the knife. I think it would have been easier for her to just bring that. I don't think it was the button. Is that a bloody egg? No, it's a button. Also, hi, Copy. Welcome in. Good to see you. And why would something... Nope, that's not it. No, what could it be? Okay. Hope you're doing well, Copy. We're just trying to solve a crime. Let's see here. I thought it would be the note, but like... Maybe it's not, it's part 2? Nope. That's not it. Maybe it's a profile? Can I present a profile here? Is it the profile? Why would a body be inside a guitar case? We're doing good, Copy. We're just trying to solve... We'll probably Phoenix Wright, and I'm struggling here. Okay, so I feel like I'm going down the wrong path here. In some ways. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? I thought it was the suicide note. Like, that was the idea, is like, she thinks it was the suicide note. I feel like if there's like a loophole here, I'm gonna be better. And if you fail, I can always take that belief back. Good, bold strategy there. The knife? I don't know if it would be there. Bears the victim's blood and unguards fingerprints, because like, that could have been easily just given. I don't know if it's the knife. It wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be the glass of juice either, I think. Wouldn't be the camera. Maybe it's the conference ticket? I kind of ruled that out because I thought, like, that's not what we're doing here. No. All right. I might have to figure this out here. I might need a nudge. We did this. We did this. I don't think it was that. Well, I mean, I don't think it's the knife. Yeah. That one I just gave away. All right, I'm gonna go find a nudge here real quick. It was my badge! And why would that be something? I don't know. People always mistake it for a piece of junk anyway. Could have been a guitar. It's slightly guitar shaped if you squint and you're drunk. I thought it was the papers too. I was like, that's gotta be it, right? Because I was like, I thought that was it. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, that's the nudge. Okay. So the nudge... I'm glad I found the spoiler thing. It was like telling me something here, but like, what was the... So... Right, I took it at the hit there. You remember how I noticed in the photo before that Matt was still in the Nickel Samurai costume before? So then how did she get another costume? Also, I didn't look at it at the time, but she's leaving Juan Kurita's room there. That's Juan's room. I didn't put that together at the time, but yeah, that's Juan's room. If she was going to Juan's room, it would have been the other way around, right? So what if yeah. This is a photograph. Oh, every time I look, it makes me laugh. Yes, but what is important is what is in the picture, Your Honor. I didn't think it together. I wasn't thinking, but like, of course, fucking Matt of course the studio has a spare Nickel Samurai costume. And then I look at that photo again. It's like, yeah, okay, that puts it together. I was looking at it the wrong way around, because before, in the first half of the day's trial, it was like, oh look, this is clearly not Matt because the costume's too small. But it's like, but in that photo, it's like, but then how'd she get the costume? Because if Matt was wearing it, it's like a spare costume. Okay, that makes sense. It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. Maybe it takes someone who played the game and maybe gave me like a spoiler-free walkthrough in certain ways. It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is, inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's own very costume. What? Rabble, 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 rabble. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Wright, are you saying the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone else see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door is an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Rabble, 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 rabble. Order, order! It looks like we've wandered quite another mesh again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. Maybe she didn't want to be seen leaving the murder scene. Exactly, Ashby, exactly. Sure, the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt on guards. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True. It is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? It wasn't stolen, so it's a spare. Mr. OnGuard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we're talking about was a spare one. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 nickel samurai costumes at the Gatewater? Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the car case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought the spare to the ceremony on purpose. Rabble, 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 rabble. But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the German ninja. Why would he secretly bring the nickel samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act? And therein lies the sticking point. Objection! What are you mumbling about to yourself now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of in a monologue? Huh? No, I just... Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the nickel samurai spare costume? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? I'm guessing because the music's bumped up, I can. Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. All right, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the nickel samurai spare costume to the hotel was... Use the photo. I'm trying to do process of elimination. Could it be that? Seems like the nickel samurai is to confess something. What if he like, what if this was like, because Matt said over and over again when we interviewed him, he's like, bro, I didn't know anything about any post-press conference. What are you talking about, you know? What if that was Matt's idea? What if the idea was Matt was gonna be the one to do the confession, but he knew that in the costume people would think it was Matt. Sorry, Juan. Juan was gonna dress up as a nickel samurai. And he was gonna go out there like, oh, and day something like, you know, he was gonna go out there in the nickel samurai and be like, oh look, it's Matt Arngard. It'd be like, oh, you know, I hate gay people. I don't know, sorry. I'm just beating off the top of my head or something like that, you know. I hate gay people, and I believe no one should be allowed health care. And I believe everyone should be grateful to billionaires. And just like, oh god, Matt Arngard's complete MAGA. Anyway, that's my dumb joke for the day. Have you seen Lila? I love that movie. It's a good show. It's a good show. It's a good movie. But no, that's the only thing that seems to line up with the fact that why would he need the costume? And why does Matt know about his own press conference? I'm gonna close my eyes, but... Am I dead? I don't know yet. What is this? On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. I got it right! My brain is swelling from how big and smart I am. A press conference? Yes. The Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at the conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Arngard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can only mean one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita himself. The victim? Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Kurita was gonna hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. Rabble, 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 rabble! He was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Kurita, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt Arngard. Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. But if that is the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. And that's different? Miss Andrews? I can see why you're pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Rabble, 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 rabble. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was gonna make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful, it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What? The plot thickens. And do you know what the secret of Mr. Engage is, Miss Andrews? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Ah, a she. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect Mr. OnGuard? And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Protecting Matt. All right. Well, whatever's going on here is going to be... The plot is thickened with 2 C's, so... I'm going to check here real quick because Seriabot says an ad's coming soon. I think Twitch is lying to me when it says you got 55 seconds. I'm going to guess it's going to be like, I got like 15 to 20 seconds, give or take. So we'll pause there for now, give everybody a little bit of a break. But everybody is here, Atchvi, Copy, Jupiter. Thank you guys, YouTube, Twitch. Thanks guys for coming out right now. I appreciate it. I'll see you on the other side of the break. Do I have time to go get some tea before I do it? Either way, I'll see you on the other side of the break. Huh, hold on. Twitch tends to lie. It's just more like a... It's not necessarily lying. It's just more that, like... There's a delay, right? Boy, am I thirsty. It's that it's not reading off of the same... It's not reading off the same server necessarily as the bot or anything. See you too. Welcome back. Welcome in, Jupiter. Are you... Oh, wait, Jupiter, you going to dinner now? Ad hit. Yep. No worries. That's why no one gets left behind here on the boat. All right. I guess this gives me a chance to go get some tea. I'll be right back. T. All right, no worries. Have a good dinner, Jupiter. Don't worry about it. All right. T. This is the T song. It doesn't last very long. And it's done. All right. Everything seems to be doing well. Just checking my stream health. Everything's good. All of a sudden, like I've pumped back up to like 12,000 kilobytes a second. 12,000 kilobytes a second, I should say. I don't know what was going on. I might have had like might have been just because of all the construction going around that there was like a bit of a network outage or degradation of the network, but things seem to be doing well now, which is great. Got a nice cross breeze going. Although it is, the temperature's slowly rising, and that's mostly due to the humidity, I would think. All right. I'll just wait a little bit longer, and I'll get this show right on track. Hope you guys are doing well. What, you guys playing anything? Copy, I saw your, you had a game coming out? Congratulations, by the way. That's very exciting, I'm sure. Congratulations. Welcome back, Atchvi. All right, I guess we're done with the ad break for now. Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you for putting through these ads. Game coming out? Did I do something in my sleep again? Maybe. Or maybe I saw the wrong thing, but I thought I saw something with you related to like a game that was coming out. Or maybe it was another one of your podcasts. Anyway, protecting Matt. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. So you're confessing to covering up a crime? That does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. Yep, he sure does. We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Cool, cool, cool. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine, Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything is swung to the opposite end of the scale. Redacted Ghost. Cool name. Also, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. All right. Looks like somehow everything is swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. All right, how are we going to do this? Yeah, and that's all you got to do. I'm glad you're having a good time with it, my man. I'm glad you're having a good time with it. Protecting mate. All right, so let's press on everything like we usually do. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. Cheap chat. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. Maybe I wasn't paying attention in school. You went to lawyer school, dude. May I continue now? Because of the secret? So, would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt on guard. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? Yes, because I was the one who prepared the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. OnGuard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Anyway, the important thing here is this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? So she's amending the testimony. I know what his motive was, but I don't have to prove I'm right. And he didn't have an alibi. So she amended this statement. I'll press it again? Has Mr. OnGuard done something to her to portray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Carita with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. OnGuard, yet you still helped out. Objection! The person on trial right now is Mr. OnGuard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Ow, my hands. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. OnGuard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover from Mr. OnGuard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him from the show, he was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. She just says she's a second for the alibi, though. I can't say the same for some people here in the courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at me, He's glaring at you, smart guy. Ow, my hands. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes for very decisive evidence. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare. Yes. Get out of my head, woman! You don't belong in there! Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. That button was torn off at Juan during his fight with Juan. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. On Guard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Kurita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. On Guard as much damage as she possibly could. The witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. We could have one of those, though. That'd be kind of cool. Can we have that, Your Honor? Overruled. Dang it. And please, stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony is pretty solid. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now, but you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make it talk. Got it, Chief! I'm gonna pin you down. Alright, so we went through everything. She changed that statement, and she changed this one. So is there anything about the second one? I don't know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. I know what his motive was. I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Hi, Mark. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks for the boat. Appreciate it. 10 boats. You're already in double digits. Congratulations. How you doing? I hope Frosty's having a good time with Minish Cap. Let's see here. We're just in court. I'm trying to finish this cross-examination, and Ms. Andrews is being very, very uncooperative. She's not just confessing to everything I want her to do, which is very rude of her, but, you know, what can you do? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. You need some help? Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it. Here, help. Hi, potatoes. Paw Patos. Welcome in. Thanks for the boat. 2 boats. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're just cross-examining Miss Andrews. She's being a tough cookie. I don't know if I can do this one, but what's the other one? My husband hotel. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, YouTube. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It makes it worth the while. I'm currently making a case with Ace Attorney Turnabout Creator. In my opinion, it's way worse than the other Turnabout Creator I use. I'm fine. Oh, I didn't know there was like an engine, like someone made like a quick engine or something, or maybe like an interface on top of an existing game engine for Phoenix Wright cases. That's cool. I wonder if that's what I saw that Barry played a while ago, like that Phoenix Wright / Legend of Zelda crossover. That looked neat. Every cross-examination statement is its own node. Yeah, you have to connect them for each node to press. Yeah, it's a bit rough, right? Like, this is decision trees, basically. These are all like decision trees that you have to do, and then like is hitting a certain depth of the tree unlocks a flag or something, and then when you go back it checks like what flags have you flipped, basically. That's a lot of bugs. That feels like more bugs than... I feel like 50 million bugs is a bit much, but I could be wrong. I'm only dipping my toe in game design a little bit. I've programmed a game a little bit. Anyway, so if I have any way to, I don't know how to, don't know. Did I press the statement? I don't remember. Bro, you can open the court record while you have to present evidence? That's so bad, bro. How do you know that? When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume are matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I heard. I heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you're not. Ugh! I thought I had her for sure this time. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. I feel so too. Hi, BB! But where and what? This has got to be the statement, but I don't know what to trip her up on. Hi, BB. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the boat. 7-6. There's no significance to that number whatsoever. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Getting more boats. More boats. More boats. I feel like if I'm gonna press anything, it's this. So let me think about this. Should I just present the button? I mean, I got some life to spare. I don't want to get too crazy about it. Objection! No, presenting the button does nothing. What do you think about the witness's statement? I'm not sure I follow you. I clearly, contradicts, I thought. You don't sound very sure, Mr. Wright. Objection denied. I don't think that won me points with the judge. All right. W boat. Thank you, Mark. I'm glad you're having fun. It's not objection. It's denied. It's overruled. Yeah. We learned that. BB's packing heat. Overruled. Justine Courtney. If it was turned off during his fight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for going. So, yeah, imagine if I could just throw the rock at her and be like, rock! I'm like, ah, you win. You get a freebie. It's like a get out of jail free card to a degree. Take that! Ah! Yeah, I'm trying to think here. So like, maybe this is a red herring. Maybe the game's tricking me a little bit here. The other thing I can think of is what was his motive was the suicide report. And that could be press statement 2 with this. But I don't know. Someone catch this. Bricks? Are you throwing bricks in you guys are getting rowdy in the boat right now. So like the only other thing I think of is like either this is a red herring or what can I talk about with the button? Like the button was torn off. It has blood. But is it the crime scene photo? Is it the crime scene photo? Because the crime scene photo... Does this contradict the statement? Where is the crime scene photo? It would have to been... I'm going to try this. I don't know if I'm right or not, but I'm going to take a safety save real quick. But my thought is, okay, the button's been torn off, but in order to get the blood, we know he died from strangulation. The knife was post-mortem. So what happened was strangle, stab, and that's when the blood came out. So I don't think it would have been torn off during his fight with Matt. I don't think so. I don't think it would have been torn off, because otherwise, why would it be on there? So I'm going to present the crime photo. I don't know if this is the case. Quick defense attorney. Is Matt on guard guilty or innocent? Well, Pa, earlier in the case, we threw a rock at our client's head, and it said not guilty, or he didn't have any psych locks. So Pearl's like, well, that means we can trust him. So we think he's innocent because he said, I did not kill Juan Corrida. I did not kill that man. Did not have sexual relations with that man. Mr. Corrida, this is a murder trial. Oh, right, dude, my bad. Hi, Lervin, welcome in. All right, I'm gonna try. I don't know. Let me see here. Is this it? Objection! No, it's not. All right. I might need a nudge. I might need to nudge. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Let's see here. This is always, this happens like clockwork, everybody. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a week off. I'm gonna come back and be like, blah, blah, blah. You wanna know who the culprit is? I'm pretty sure I have an idea of that. I have an idea. I'm just gonna look at this. I have a little thing that's like completely just gives you like nudges of like ask this question or ask this question I'm looking at. And I'm just kind of looking at that. How would she know about the torn? Why would she know about the fight? That's the clue? That's a weird clue. Samus, will she clean Phoenix's pipes? She's gonna pull out the arm cannon? That's a weird clue. Why would she know about the fight? That's a very vague clue, but let me think about this. Okay. This also goes against to like what we did with the press. It's like Phoenix like, why does she know so much about this? What's going on here? See the evidence. Like, I think stab with the knife is afterward, right? It says nothing about a struggle. Maybe that's what the clue is? I don't, what? I'm stinking. Yeah, like, he was strangled, then stabbed, and that's how the blood got on the button, right? I believe that's how it happened. Even though, from looking at the crime scene photo, I'm like, I don't know how you got the blood during the fight like that. 3 autopsies report? Yeah, Edgeworth went crazy with the updated autopsy reports this one. We all know how much Edgeworth enjoys an updated autopsy report, right? Throws it at you last minute and everything. Also, May has been. Yeah, I don't know who the culprit is yet, but we're fighting an uphill battle there. Right now, we're trying to accuse Miss Adrian Andrews because, you know, defense attorney and all that. But yeah, I don't know who did it yet. All I know is that my client says he's innocent and I gotta fight for him. This is the only thing I can think of, like, this is the only other thing that's bringing questions to my mind. It's like, well then, like, how did the blood get on the button? Yeah, but we're glad to have you in. Also, I'm guessing you're a fan of Has-Been. I've watched Hell of a Boss. I haven't watched Has-Been, but, you know, I'm a fan of that creator's work. Let's put it that way. Objection! It is the autopsy report? Why? Can you, Phoenix, explain to me like I'm 5. This is the only thing that's bringing up questions, but like, why? And I can't really put it, so like, throw it out there. Anyway, whoa, updated autopsy report be upon ye. Anyway, the judge will ask, don't worry. That's right. I can always count on good old Udgy to tell me, like, explain to me like I'm 5, Mr. Wright. Anyway, this is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. So is the argument that, like, no, it wouldn't have been a struggle that way. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off the costume when? After the victim was dead? Is that the logic? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it's impossible this button was turned off during the victim's final struggle. Oh, okay. Right, kind of, okay. I thought, like, presenting the button itself would be enough to do that. But yeah, like I had the same questions. Like, how'd you get the blood on it? That because that had to have happened after you killed him, right? You wouldn't have done that. That was my thought. Okay, that makes sense. Because the victim was strangled to death in the fight. Ah! That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. Edgeworth's feeling like defense right now. Oh, he's always on the defense in the bedroom. I mean, what? Sorry, Phoenix. Anyway. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body. Rabble, 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 rabble. Order, order. What? Ow, my hand. What is the meaning of this, Wright? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose does that serve? The only thing it serves at the moment is to place it on Matt so that it looks like, oh, look, he's got a bloody button on him. He's clearly the one who did it. It's just material to point at Matt. What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with the button? What was it? Pin the crime on guard. I'm back. Welcome back, Jupiter. Welcome back. It's clearly the frame on guard. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. I was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. I mean, unless you're kind of into that thing. That's right. Mr. On Guard was set up by the real killer, of course. Rabble, 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 rabble. And the real murder is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet, not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard is... It's gotta be Miss Andrews, right? That's the only thing that's the thing we've been trying to prove, right? I wish I could do a jokey answer, but one jokey answer and I'm dead, apparently. This case is not effing around. It doesn't, I mean, I could probably do it, but I would need to save, and I didn't have a chance to save before then. Anyway, Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you! Like she's a Pokemon. Adrian? Adrian Andrews? Adrian Andrews, use Hyper Beam! You are Mr. Karina's killer! What? Oh no, that's her second pair of glasses. Order! 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 Mr. Wright, this is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? Any evidence? All the evidence points to Miss Andrews. How preposterous! You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicions onto Mr. On Guard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Wow, that's 3. She wound through 2 pairs of glasses in the last 60 seconds. Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. Ah! Well, that's 3. It's like a 3-hit combo. Combo. Crazy! The only person who could put this button into Mr. On Guard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. Well, what about the empty guitar case? That's also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. Dang. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. Do I think she's the killer? That person is you, Miss Adrian. The evidence seems to suggest it, or at least we're able to make a very strong case about it. But she doesn't strike me as the killing type, if that makes sense. Especially, like, that doesn't look like a killer to me. No. Also, there's like literally like there's literally a character in this case called the Killer. So like, I don't know. Okay, how about we don't accuse anyone? Just like, well, this proves Matt didn't do it. Okay, bye. I mean, that's how it would work in like a normal court of law. But remember, we're in Phoenix Wright land, where like, well, you prove that your client didn't do it, but unless you can find the real killer, we're just like have to go with your guy. No, Objection! Ow, my hand! But Mrs. Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved she was not wearing gloves at the time. That is right. Bitch, please. That's because she didn't intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. Ah! Number 4, and to top it all off, there's this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on earth can believe the Nickel Samurai is Mr. OnGuard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? Please, stop. Ow, my hands! Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Miss Andrews. I refuse to testify. What was that? She doesn't strike me as the killing type. Like, she's not fighting back like the other killers, right? Like, she's not fighting like her life depends on it like the other killers have, you know? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Ah, yes, the Fifth Amendment. Self-incrimination. Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Phoenix, you went to law school, buddy. You see that badge you're shoving in everyone's face? That means you went to law school, buddy. Pleading the Fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. It's from eBay. It's Temu. You got it off of Temu. Actually, think back to yesterday in Mr. OnGuard's room. Adrian Andrews. Oh, he's thinking that Von Karma did this? Yes. Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Well, actually, you got your wish. She's back. All right. She put that thought in her head. That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews not to testify if things were really bad. I literally searched for fake attorney badge, and when it came in the context of fake attorney badges, it's important to note that while attorney badges are a legitimate form of identification for lawyers, they can be imitated. For instance, Furio Tigre used a cardboard badge to pose as Phoenix Wright in a plot to frame someone for murder. Additionally, there are scams involving fake awards and badges that can lead consumers into thinking they're legitimate. That's true. People can have like fake accreditations and stuff. Like, what do you mean it's Ace Attorney? Francisca is Manfred. More iconic. People love their friends. People love Franny. She must have told Miss Andrews not to testify if things looked bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done. Naughty, naughty boy. Oh, what's wrong, right? Oh, you finished already? Run out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you've proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews, in fact, did harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corina. Rabble, 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 rabble. I feel like, though, you get enough circumstantial evidence in place, it tends to be not just circumstance. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corina? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. This is nothing to prove. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
Turnabout, we lost the plot. At the start, Emma Sky is accused of killing Shelly the big killer, but in the middle of the case Miss Franny comes and says, it's time to lose the plot, so she calls like random people and Phoenix and Edgeworth have to prove the plot shouldn't be lost and shit.
Emma Sky? Oh, is this the one you're working on? I'm confused. Emma from... Yeah, but like... I don't know. Is that a spoiler? I don't know. Is that a... I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna... But thank you. Thank you for the TTS all the same. Paw. It's not a real case. Okay, I was just making sure. Like, please. I'm sorry. I just didn't know. You got me confused. I'm as confused as Miss Andrews. I'm the opposite of Miss Andrews right now. Don't worry, Paw. I'm sorry. I just... It took me a minute. Like, huh? What? You get around here long enough, you'll see that I'm like that with a lot of things. Huh? What? Okay. Money. Also, welcome back, May. Hope you're having fun. All right, here we go. No! She's taking that defiant attitude again. She's been shielded in the thing called the law. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation. I think we've reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof. But that's not true! In this situation, there's only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare recess. Recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into the matter. At tomorrow's trial... Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Hold it! Out of my hands! Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? You usually don't get this way unless... Well, best left unsaid. Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it! This isn't about that! Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is! Please, let the trial continue! If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... It's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... Objection! It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you? It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that's very true, but actually, there is one little thing I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they're shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. Maya getting arrested twice or thrice and getting a kidnap, she's just so happy. so my actions were unusual, but I've already... For real. Before you speak, I want you to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. Edgeworth being a real pal even. You okay, May? You don't seem very happy at the moment. I don't know what it is I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Fun fact, Edgeworth's sprite on the right side of the court only has his torso. It cuts off. Yeah, I figured. I imagine, like, there's not a lot of reason to have, like, because of space, you know? Like, these are still Game Boy games to the most part, so you had to be clever with the space and the memory. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Androsh, if you please. Every time I look up on the judge's bench, I see in the lower left corner a Starman from Mario. I'm the only one. Am I the only one seeing that? Anyway, when I found the body, that glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. You poured it for the dead body? Is that like some sort of like ritual? When I see Mia's pearl form for the first time, it felt so wrong and weird. Yeah, it sure did. Please continue. Continue. All right. I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. You have the contradiction? Okay. So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Really fucked up. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that big, handsome brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. It feels like it's pretty out there. Like, I'll press everything either way, but how is she? If she's not the one who did it, this is so wrong. First she said she pours a glass for herself because she sees a body, now she just JST. Andrews is suspicious. She's not doing herself any favors for sure. And Phoenix does have a point. All of the evidence that people are using to pin it on Matt easily can be argued to be, well, no, actually it points to her. So, like, she's not doing herself any favors and then pleading the fifth, you know? But, you know, Phoenix is probably not in his right mind either because, like, he's, like, thinking, gotta save Maya, gotta save Maya, gotta save Maya. Anyway, we'll press everything. I think I know what it is, but I don't think it's correct. Actually, I'm gonna do a safety save. Well, actually, I'll do that after pressing everything. Hold it! But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then, who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. So, it was a mess. Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Karita? Objection! I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? He's really pressing hard on us. He's pushing back on us pretty hard here. Slumped over. Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me or did that there sound a little odd? Yeah, that's my thought. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought he was dead didn't cross my mind. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix, and then felt tired after his rampage, so he's decided to take in a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. Time passed so fast. Sure did. Trial takes a long time to go through. I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all? To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first. But then, the room was in such a messy state, I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice. Yes, he always has a hard time waking up, so Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see. After that, what happened? When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. And how did you come to realize he was, in fact, dead? I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward. I knocked the flower vase over, so that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to, huh? This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? Let me think about it for a minute, Paul. I'll let you know. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try not to be snap myself. I gotta try to be like outward about my thoughts, but like I'll try not to be real quiet about it too much. So my first thought was and Juan, he was sitting there when I saw him. I thought he was dead and it crossed my mind. Like I felt like this statement felt a bit weird. Like that was really what you thought at the first time? This was what you first thought? Because like the crime scene. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to take it. So like if the assumption or the thing that she's trying to say is she didn't do it, that means in that testimony, someone else had to have done this, including the stabbing and the ripping of the button. But in that case, she would have seen that, right? She would have seen this. She would have seen a stab wound and blood. I don't know if that makes sense to me. That was the first thing that crossed my mind. The other thing I can think of maybe is, does that meet the events? Please stop lying, for you will be doomed and a suspect. You will be doomed. Why you always lying? All right, I'm gonna go with my first instinct here. I feel like if we're gonna go off of that, the crime photo doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Objection! So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? Am I right? I hope I'm right. But that was the first thing that crossed my mind. No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body. That's what I was thinking. Ah! What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? No! There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. True. I mean, that was my logic. Like, okay, let's say you didn't put that in there. The first thing you're like, oh no, he likes stabbing himself. You know, he's a cutter. He's very stressed. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought there was a dead man. Well, you see. Oh, was that me? Sorry. That was me screaming. I doubt a single person in the world. I was trying to go with a girlish shriek, but maybe I missed the mark. I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is, Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Ah! And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. You are the real killer. Oh no, she's sad again. Uh-oh. Did I do it? It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt on guard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong! Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. I mean, yes, you're going to jail for the rest of your life, but shuck it up, Queen. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear, he was the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Then there's no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt on guard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. She's holding strong. But now that I think of it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Yeah, bro. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt on guard.
Objection!
Your Honor, the prosecution feels it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. Naughty boy. This witness has yet to speak the absolute, real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you? Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head. But as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Onguard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Franny! Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undoubtedly believes in those words right now and is clinging to them. Excuse me. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. Franny, stop manipulating. Von Karma is perfect in every single way, including manipulating witnesses. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That is my only priority. Oh, Phoenix. Phoenix, good morning, Shogun. Welcome in, welcome in. Phoenix, you sound a little bit like Edgeworth, buddy. All I have to do is make sure my client is proven not guilty. It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please. Someone, help me. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue like this, therefore I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. Out my hand, and think about who is the real mastermind behind the crime. Who is the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over here. Right? Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, I am a man. Well, I'm a man of truth. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. What? I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you were really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. OnGuard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong. Did I do the wrong thing? Naughty boy, naughty girl. What a shame. Huh? I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, bro hates Maya. Listen, she's eating me out of house and home with all these burger trips, man, right? I can't afford it anymore. Guy's doing me a favor. It falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Out of my hand. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. Sorry. She's insane in the membrane, Your Honor. This is the coldest part. And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop! Please stop! No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. Have the evidence right here. Thanks for the boat, Shogun. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. So, what will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please! Please stop! I beg you! If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that's no concern to me. Oh, damn! Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? Damn! However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. Damn! Damn, that's kind of a badass line. You can die if you want to, but I'll have the truth out of you before then. Damn. Damn, that's cold as hell, but it's cool as hell too. No matter what I have to do. Out my hand. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either's fine with me.
Edgeworth gotta become not guilty, that's crazy.
That's so short. I'll talk, but please, help me. We broke her. Well, Edgeworth broke her, but nothing matters anymore. My crime. Here we go. Let's listen in. Are we gonna get sad music? Nope. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I had made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. A bit of an inconvenience.
Stab the body? With a knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but... this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. Out of my hand. And this is her crime. Rabble, 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 rabble. Big crime, big trial. What? How is this even possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. Pick yourself up, man. Dear God.
I'm gonna safety save here, just in case. But let's keep going. All right. It's still day one. We got, like, I know this is probably gonna go, like, given the way this is going, I don't know if we're gonna get it all done in one day, but let's see. Ow, my hands! But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is part of the Gem and Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. Okay. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Do I have time for one more press before the ad break? Let's see. What is the plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin the crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Okay, so I think ad break's starting here in a minute. Man, we got a lot of people on the boat today. Shogun, Pa, Jupiter, Maya. We got some more YouTube homies too. I'm happy to see that. We got Ashfee. Oop. I forgot I'm moving the button there. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm not going to press anything. I'll wait for you guys on the other side of this. But thanks for being here tonight. See you on the other side of the break. This is getting crazy. And let's see, who else? Lurvin, BB, everybody's here. I got to stop hitting this button. I subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why I did Beetle there, but thank you. I appreciate it, Maya. So, mate, since we're in break, and, you know, I can go take a piss break real quick, but Has-Been, have you watched the other work from what's the name of the, I forget the name. They're very talented people. I like Hell of a Boss. That's fun. I know it probably takes a buttload of time to make anything, but Hell of a Boss has been fun. I don't know if you like the other work that the group has put out. Something like Djibouti? I don't know why Djibouti is the first thing in my... Anyhoodle. I'm glad you guys are here with me today. I'm gonna go take a quick piss break, because I get the feeling we're gonna be here for the long haul, so I'll be right back, everybody. I'm back. Hey, Dreamer! Welcome in, welcome in! I also prefer Hell of a Boss. Oh, that's good. I mean, that's cool. I'm glad you're watching it, though. You know, I was like, you know, who's your favorite characters? Is it like Luna? Do you like Blitzo? I don't know all the characters' names. I only just call him Raz because I know him as the voice actor of Rasputin from Psychonauts, one of my favorite games. I always call him Raz, even though I know that's not his name. I think his wife is Millie? It's been a long time since I've watched any of those episodes, so... Because, you know, animation's hard, and it takes a while. Millie, yeah. I was right. I know a couple of the characters. All right, I think we're off for ad break now. So thanks everybody. Appreciate it. All right. Man, I'm in for the long haul here. Let's keep going. So we were finishing pressing. I pressed the first two statements. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made it dash back to Matt's room. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Well, you were right about that. That is indeed what happened. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. I don't watch Elva Boss with my family being kind of religious. Want to watch it though. Oh, it's a good show, but I definitely get like people being like a little weird about it. But it's honestly not that bad. But I guess if you have like a super strict, super religious family, it'd probably be like, I don't want you watching that show. And then I stabbed Juan's body with a knife and ripped off the button. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I use the button somehow, I can make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and plant it in Mr. On-God's Hakama. Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Okay, what is the inconvenience here? Can you press an inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. She's talking about Lotta. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. And that would be Miss Oldbag for you. I had already been caught and made a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. So that's why you put on the costume. That's why you end up using the Nickel Samurai costume. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes. I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? I shipped Celeste and Adrian. Celeste and Adrian. Oh, yeah, her mentor, yeah. Yes. Juan wanted to wear that costume to hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai's costume, people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. Oh, okay, so no cross-examination. Okay.
I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. On-Guard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. I don't know if the anime takes preference over the games, though, Jupiter. You never know. Also, like, you know, maybe the author, Shu Takumi, doesn't give a shit. It's like, yeah, sure. Plus, you know, it's fun, you know? Ship them. Ship who you want to ship. It's just harmless fun, in my opinion. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word. What does it all mean?
Celeste is her mentor, Celeste Impacts. I believe that's who Jupiter is referring to. Celeste Impacts. Andrew's mentor and Corita's manager killed herself 2 years ago. And that's the whole reason for this despondency streak of hers. Mr. Edgeworth, what is it? The real criminal is Matt on guard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francisca, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she's not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor! The defense still... Right? It's pointless. At this point in time, it's not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Mr. Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Oh, that one had some weight to it. Court's empty. Except for me. No. Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Maya, no! Oh, she's going to that big jail cell in the sky. And there's no but at least up there, there's burgers. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? And what is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. That card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although, I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now, I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. It was on the table. I found this card when I discovered one's body. It was lying there right next to him. You've found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to one's murder, right? I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why... Hold it! Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! I didn't mean to! What is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. Admits to taking evidence. That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean? To be continued. Oh my goodness. Did I finally make it through day one? Oh my god. Took me like 6 hours to get through the first part of the first day. Oh my god, I'm a wreck. March 22nd, 5:24 p.m. Wright and Co. That card will kill us all. It's Gambit. He's about to break through the window of Wright and Co. law office. Like, oh, I'm about to make a name for myself. Like, throws it right at Phoenix's skull, kills him on impact. And that's the end of the Evo tournament for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Anyway. Or is it Ultimate Marvel he was in? Either way, the point is... Gambit's gonna come in and kill Phoenix Wright. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore! Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The condition is that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. Ongard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. Phoenix is freaking out, man. You're right. Mystic Maya is in much more pain than I am. Yeah, that's right. So, hey, you guys. Oh, glad I caught you, pal. Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh boy. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. And just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now. And I came to talk to you, pal. But we're kind of busy right now. All right, well, what's up, Gumshoe? Her forehead's so big, yeah. She's got a 5 head. When she grows up, it's gonna be like a 6 head. So, what are you gonna do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that! What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all till my next payday. What are you talking about? Yeah, Franny fired him. Francisca fired him. Called him a traitor because he kept helping us. Like, you, get out. Franny fired him. Evil, evil woman. Fuck Franny immediately. He hurt a boy. Fuck her. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. Uh-oh. Processing. Salary cutting noises. Processing. Salary cutting noises. Processing. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Say what? You'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. Angod's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? It's the noodles, pal. Yeah. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy food? Who's your favorite assistant so far? He's so poor. Poor dude. Poor Gumshoe. Someone gave him a raise. He works way too hard. What's my favorite assistant? I mean, the one we have the most experience in relationship with is Maya. Although Mia's made herself quite available throughout most of the 2 games so far. So like, Mia could stand to be a potential candidate. Emma was fine. Emma was good, but the problem and the downside with Emma was she was 16 and she was clearly stupid. Like, she was like basically fixated. She had her fixation and she was dumb and everything else, right? Yeah. Maya's stupid, but but she has a different fixation, right? But Maya also has the edge of being a little bit older, and she's actively helped us a little bit. Like, she's found key evidence. She was the key linchpin for the DL6 case. So she's helped us out. I think I want to give the slight edge to Maya, but you know, why is Phoenix running around with young girls? Like, what is he, a crib? No. Listen, he can't do anything at the moment because Maya's kidnapped. Her mom's in jail. Like, Pearl's got no one else to go to. He's just trying to be a good, like, friend, you know? Also, Edgeworth is running around with grown men. Well, he was, anyway. Is Mia an assistant? I feel like she counts to a degree because, like, she's been with us in court via Pearls. You know, she's been channeled via Pearls, so she's been with us for a while now. She's helped us out through several of the cases so far. I feel like maybe she counts as an assistant, but I still think I'm going to give the slight edge to Maya at the moment. I'm the first case. You are. Oh, yeah, no worries. Yeah. By the way, glad you guys are having fun with this. Like I said before, to anyone who's new here, the goal, I don't know if we're gonna make it to the year, but I'm gonna try to aim for by the end of the year, we've gotten through the entire Phoenix series. We'll see. That's gonna be a lot of games, but I have them all downloaded on my Steam account, so like, I'm wondering how far we'll get, but either way, the intent is to get through all the Phoenix Wright series. All right. Back. That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? That's horrible. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. He knew he pressed the buttons He knows how to press people. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to... No, I mean, almost need to frame Mr. On Guard. the card. We're just gonna pin it all on the card. I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Why does she have a grudge against Mr. On Guard? Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. She's got it, pal. She's Optimus Prime. You see it every day in the business. Detective, are you well? Dude, I've been eating nothing but instant noodles. My brain is rotted like crazy, pal. Of course I'm not well. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that. Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Yeah, that did happen, didn't it? Miss von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal. But she's gonna be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably wrestling at the hospital. Which one? What? You gonna visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick. Pearl, listen, you're going down a dark path and you're only 8. And I think we need to hold that back a little bit. Yeah, she did. Remember at the start of day 1's trial where like the killer, listen, I left you a present. And then the next thing we know, Von Karma's been shot. Like, I think that's the present. That's the intended present. Yeah. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick. We're gonna have a talk when we're back at the office, young lady. No, now I'm definitely not going. Let's see. The name of the hospital. Oh yeah, the Hottie Clinic. Oh boy, here we go. That name sends a chill down my spine. Oh boy, time to meet that old creep again. I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. All right, let me go examine my plant real quick. Hey, it's wilting a little. I'll give it some delicious water, pal. It's okay, I already did that. The watering can. Where are you, Mr. Watering Can? Did he just call the watering can Mister? He's anthropomorphized my watering can. We're doomed. He's already living in. Every main cast needs therapy, even Gumshoe, especially Gumshoe. Oh, thanks for the clip, Paw. Appreciate that. Oh, okay. Can I remember this voice? Never thought I'd come back to this place. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? Hi. Wait a second, you're... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can call me. Yes. Director Hottie! Edgeworth? Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes, what was it? Yes, Director Franziska. How is Franziska von Karma? Why do you call her by her full name if you guys are like sisters, siblings? It's like, she's like your older sister. Why do you call her by the full name? That's weird. How is Franziska von Karma? You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because, you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes. Yes. And I think, that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. It looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes. But I understand. Yes. Her opponent was a gun, after all. And when I snuck up on her real secret light, she would scream really loud. Yes. Hi, Digi. Franzie's younger by 7 years. It is a respect emotional distance thing. I guess so. Still, like, you think, like, I get that he respects her, but, like, if you guys grew up together like that. Also, welcome in, Digi. Glad to see you. Yes. I see. Ah, she's really cute, too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, I cry like a baby. Yes, I think I could get used to it. Ah! I think he's dead. Thank you. Go back to your room. You're so mean. So mean, my frisky Frisker. Well, that's good. Okay. Yes, it's time for my IV drops. Yes. They've lived apart for about 5. Yeah, it's true. But she still considers him family because she says, because she's like, you ruined the Von Karma name and everything. Anyway. And what are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nothing. Like tosses them immediately. I got her a rare bouquet of flowers. You know, it's respectful. Also, I just immediately tossed them to Miles. What flowers? I got no flowers. I don't care if you live or die. That's sweet. Phoenix has a heart. He gave her flowers. You gave that bitchy lady some flowers. I feel like Franny does care about people very close to her, but she doesn't show it. Yeah, she's soon as fuck. She's a mega tsundere for sure. Anyway. I knew I shouldn't have come here. Now I'm gonna get bullied. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. It is no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. You getting shot? Yeah, very symbolic. Yeah, it's almost like an omiyage kind of deal where like it's obligatory in the sense of like showing respect, showing like, you know, like, I'm sorry that you're in here, please get well soon, stuff like that. It's definitely a show of respect. And in a nation that's built on a foundation of respect, you're kind of expected to do these kinds of things. It is no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. She's saying she's gotten shot more often than once. How often have you been shot, Franny? I even had full intentions of leading the trial this morning. But that would have been too much for you. There's no need to act tough in front of us here now. Regardless, I was dragged by Batman over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. It was the only logical course of action, given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. OnGuard, you told Miss Andrews not to testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? Fun fact! In one of the Chinese promo images sets, they recently had Franny in some kind of punk 90s fit with the bullet as an earring. That's pretty neat. Chinese promo image. Like for the game or for some like
And
other
for
thing?
raising Francisca. Look, Francisca, this is whip. If you swing it like this, you can hit people, and it's really fun. Try IT. Fran, wow, it's so cool.
Mein Papa taught me his ultimate technique. And that's why everyone dies from a single whip hit. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem. Whether she had tampered with the evidence or not, I have only one objective, to find OnGuard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. Brandy's a horse girl. Now get out of here. I have to train up my rice shower, and you're interrupting my training session. Get out of here. I have to have This cute little scene between Dalva Scarlet and Bakushin. Get out, Mr. Phoenix Wright. God dang. Her voice is really getting the clearing the throat out. Miss Von Karma, Adrian Andrews believed what you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then On Guard will be found guilty. Thanks for the hydrate, actually. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she's now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was... Ow! Randy's back. I think visiting hours here are about over. So, if you'll excuse me. What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off? Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... but she wouldn't testify about that until I had said something. No spoilers, but this case has an alter credit scene if you fill a certain dialogue entry. It's very important you get it. Is there anything I should... Have I missed it? There's an alternate credit scene? Interesting. I wouldn't mind going out of my way to do that. Is it difficult to figure out? Or is it like present a certain someone a certain thing? Listen, Wright. The courtroom is a garden of judgment. I am putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. I feel like you're taking it a little too extreme. Like, if the person gets found guilty, you don't go to jail either. Not guilty, it's not like you get strung up or punished in her place. Edgeworth blushing, for real, for real. So Digi, just to answer your, is it just like presenting a certain someone a certain object? Am I gonna find it now? Do I have to do it before trial? Like, is there a certain spot that this will happen? I don't want necessarily the solution.
So Merc, I may have switched your T with actual TSMH. Also yesterday I sent people over that added Nikkei credit.
Oh, you did? You mean with Coco, right? Thank you. Send people over that added Nikkei credit. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure if you mean actually, but good. I gotta go tell my brother to make tea. Go! You need some tea for this. No, you'd not missed it. It's after the case is over. Oh, it's one of those things with like, when they ask the, like, there's always that at the end of the trial, there's always like, why did they do it? Or what's this? Like, you present one piece of evidence. Got it. I think that's what you mean. It's after the case, yeah. I'm back. Welcome back, May. Glad to have you back. I hope you're having a good time. They ask that, yeah, something, yeah. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth. No? Jason on those business calls. Business calls, you say? Oh, right. Yeah, the business calls. I forgot about that. That's true. That totally happened yesterday, everybody. Don't look into it. You were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! That card. What in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card, a man called Shelley the Killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer, an assassin, the best at that. An assassin? And it was placed next to the victim at the time of the murder. I wonder if this might be the actual killer, Shelly the Killer. So who is this Shelly the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Damn, that's a family lineage of assassinations. Shelly is the professional name of the third heir to the Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelly, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Well, yeah, I imagine if he's a professional, a lot of professional assassins leave a calling card of sorts to let people know that hey, the job's done, or when it goes on the news, people the person who hired the killer oh, he did the job. I know that, I paid him good money. I paid good money for that. They're they're in that meeting and then they're the DiCaprio. Ooh, look at that. Look. My mother cooking Francisco roasted chicken for dinner. Sounds tasty. I like roasted chicken. He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? We think it's part of his duty to his clients. His duty. If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as an insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. The killer values trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. Guess that even honorable assassins can exist. So, you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it. Would you agree? Shelly the Killer, huh? I noticed something strange at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? He puts his hand on his shoulder. Sweetie, you know you can tell me anything, right? Not in front of Pearls, Edgeworth. I guess I should just tell him. That image. So wait, On Guard's the client? Well, maybe. I don't know. Someone had to hire this guy. I don't know who. I'm going to place my money on Old Bag. It's definitely Old Bag. Maya. She's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? And what does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is gonna... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth! I don't need your pity! Mr. Nick? There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single lead to go on! There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way! Right. Listen. You need to know something. Juan Corrida was killed by Shelly the Killer. And the client who ordered the job, he's gonna say it was On Guard, is Matt On Guard, your own client. Please stop. I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you'll need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we're looking for many clues that might lead us to Shelly the Killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they'll let you enter. Letter of introduction from Edgeworth to the court record. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again, if anything should happen. Now, you'll excuse me. Mr. Nick, do you think Mr. On Guard hired an assassin? You gotta go? Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Jupiter. Have a good dinner. Talk to you later. Thanks for hanging out with us a little bit. Bye. Have a good one. No way. I mean, he doesn't have a psych lock. Yeah, I guess not. Maya, please. All I ask is you make it home, safe and sound. Date? Huh? Time? Nutlation? I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up. Look how Nick does everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Oh, so we're back there. Hi, Shizu. Welcome in. That symbol suggests to me that Twitch is being Twitch again. Good morning, Shizu. Thanks for the boat. 104 boats. I find it weird that the prosecutor can go somewhere in defense to defense Godot too. Welcome in, Shizu. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you got some sleep. It's good to see you. Sounds like I got the door open. So real quick, Shizu, we finally got past day 1 of the trial, and a lot happened. Adrian Andrews cracked. We told our boyfriend about the kidnapping, and he suggested that there's an assassin in our midst called Shelly the Killer. That sounds familiar. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to take a look around. What's the condition to end it in 1 day? Wasn't the condition to end it in 1 day? No, the condition specifically, per what Phoenix said, the condition was to get a not guilty. I think the killer was trying to press, like, you should get it in 1 day, my friend. But no, his original condition was, I want an acquittal. That's all it was. The condition was acquittal. All right, is there anything changed here? Do you want a bottle of wine as a weapon, maybe? Feels like there's a lot of glass bottles here. These, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry, not really thirsty. Hungry for burger. I had a burger for lunch, actually, today. That was good. There's all sorts of things piled up here. But it's too dark to see. I've unlocked the door with a card. I should probably go around and take a look around. They are wine bros. They're wine bros. Yeah, but you can, like, bonk someone really good with a wine bottle, like a self-defense thing. Or, like, break it and have, like, a broken glass. Date. Time. Location. Still don't know. What is this place? I got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. Bear! That way, I can show them the sis and maybe get out of here. All right. Well, we'll start there. Wait. Why is that there? There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Why is Celeste Impacts in a portrait on the table here? Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, with love, Celeste. I bet this could be a clue. Belongs to one, maybe. Is that the secret suicide note? Did he hide it in a portrait? But then why is it here? In the kidnapper's room? That's weird. What's a figurine on a sofa doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Aw, how cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. This reminds me of a puzzle. All right. It's so dark in here I can barely see, but these kind of feel like videotapes. All of them. Just what kind of room is this? Because Juan loves bear and Celeste was one. Okay, leading a double lifestyle. Classic tomfoolery for sure. That's a big ass TV. I've never seen a TV this big before. Now, where's the power button? Ooey, it's busted. I would so die a happy samurai fan if I ever got to see the Nickel Samurai on a TV like this. Ah! Can't believe I just made a joke about dying, all things considered. That's okay, if you're like your sister, you'll just come back every game. What is this thing? An antenna? I guess, yeah, it's a satellite dish. And this is a VCR? There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. But what is an antenna doing here? Hey, it's a computer. I've never really used one before. I have no idea where this power switch on this thing is. Trat, there goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. If you don't know how to use a computer, you weren't going to figure out how to use it to get out of here, I think, Maya, unfortunately. There's a dog door, or a cat, I think it's a dog door, or a cat door. Ugh, locked, of course. And it doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, maybe I'd be able to crawl through here. Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. It's him. It seems Well, Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you. He is? For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways? You mean? Dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct? Dad! I'm almost certain I've told you on our first meeting I am an assassin. No way. You're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. March 22nd. The voice gate keeps cutting me off. Hottie Clinic back at Hottie Clinic. Mr. Nick? Oh, yeah, Pearls. Got caught up in my own thoughts about Maya's situation. Mr. Edgeworth is left, you know. I guess for now, I have no choice but to believe in Mr. On Guard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. All right, let's get going, too. Okay. Back to Wright and Chloe. Hi, Gumshoe. We went to Hottie Clinic. We can go to Criminal Affairs, Hotel Lobby. Detention Center. What's in Criminal Affairs? March 22nd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Office. Wow, everybody looks really busy with something or another. They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, will ya? Pass that victims list around. You gotta be kidding. There's over 100 people here. Mr. Nick? Is Mr. On Guard really that big and bad of a criminal? I sure hope not. Actually, Pearls, never mind. It sounds like they're working on a different case. We're gonna go pay respect to the demon. Ah, it's kind of cute. Mr. Nick, what is this stuffed animal's name? Satan.
That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's this precinct's mascot, you know?
Oh, wow.
I'll get him assigned mascot of every police station, and it's the last thing I do.
I hope you succeed in your mission, sir.
I kind of don't. I'll keep looking. I don't know if there's a clue here yet, but best to double check and make sure. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. This must be the chief of the detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen.
What? Prosecutor Von Karma was shot in front of the courthouse? Who did it? Who shot her?
I have a sneaking suspicion even Gumshoe could do this guy's job.
Oh boy, chief of detectives. That comes with a pay raise, right, pal?
That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Very well. Now, why do you want to work for our company? Well, that would have to be because I feel I would like to help this company grow. He must be doing image training for corporate interviews. He's like, I'm done. I fuck this job. I quit. But I gotta line up my next job first. All right, hotel lobby time. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel. Look, it's cute. Come closer, child.
All right now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to for Mystic Maya's sake.
You shall not pass.
Miss Oldback. Okay, I gotta say it again.
You shall not pass.
You know, my brother said no tea, so should I make the tea myself? Yeah, why not? It'll be good for you, Pa. Mrs. Oldback.
Don't devalue my name and turn into a gasp, you spiky-headed pettifogger! Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again, although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. But when I wanted something more valuable, I wanted it. Whose heart? I want it all for me. It's all your fault. You've awakened the wild beast inside this old bag. Ah!
Did she pass out? Did she pass out from that speech?
Ah, Miss Oldbag!
Keep your hands off me. This helmet's airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out.
Then why do you keep putting it on?
Huh. Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're gonna have to defeat me if you want to get by.
I'm not hearing this. Patience. Oh, patience. Also, once again, doing one of those old bad Gwents is let's make my diaphragm like tighten. My diaphragm is screaming. Oh, man. Okay, I'm good. Oh god, she's firing at me.
Ha! You're a million light years too early to be asking me questions, whippersnapper.
Looks like the only one gonna get any investigating done is to first do this kooky alien. So, yeah, okay, same thing. All right, so we're blocked. All right, you old bag. Here, take that. Maybe if I show her this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Oldbag, would you look at...
What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... edgy poo?
Ugh, is that her perfume? Pheromone d'amour I smell? Ugh.
Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth.
Yours truly?
Huh, that man's good at flattery. But only because Edgy Poo said so. You understand?
Letter of introduction given to Miss Oldbag.
I just thought it's something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad and I won't let you off the hook.
It looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth. Pearl's about to start a whole new line of fan fictions. That may be, but you know nothing's gonna come of it. That's so mean, Mr. Nick! Feelings are meant to be told and shared! Ow! Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. So, anyway, let's continue our investigation. Okay! Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat!
Ah! What now? Why are you shooting at me? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into On God's room today.
Why?
The police's main investigation team is gonna be in there all day, you hear?
I wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating the killer.
So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Oldbag.
I think we're safe. For now. Back to Viola Hall. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. Looks like we're the only ones here. And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow. Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about the killer. Anything useful here? I don't know. We could look at the penis lobster again. I want to eat a meal with Mystic Maya again. Yeah, me too. Whenever I watch Mystic Maya eat like she does, it makes me happy about eating, and then I can eat a lot. Well, then, how about after we wrap up this case, we all go out for a huge 20-course feast? Yay, she got tea. You got tea. Good job, Pa. Okay, let's work really hard then. She's such a good girl. She's a good bean. This sure is one luxurious. That's a lot of courses. This sure is one luxurious hotel, almost to the point of gouty. Okay, that's not new. Is it gonna say anything new? Not really. Nope, we heard that before as well. All right, moving on. So we can't go in Mr. OnGuard's room, but we can go in Corita's room still. Hey, Santa boy. Lotta, you're still here. Wrecking course. An investigative photographer eats or starves on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? And this hotel just got that aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen. But, do you have a camera? Rick Given! A photographer's gotta have cameras out the ear like corn and be a real pro, you know? So, I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feet in the mouth, do you have Mom, you bread thief? Why can't you drop that thief thing already? I didn't steal it, you dumb... You're a mean person, Lotta. Here. And I hope you choke on it. You know, she doesn't even want it! Steaming hand towel. A steaming hand towel? Need one for my eyes. It's just ain't a good day for my eyes to be looking and stuff. How convenient. Maybe I'll have to use that one next time you show me something. So mean. I want to ask you about the night of the murder. What? You really gonna shout out the bucks for the info I got? Lotta, you were loitering this whole way the night of the murder, were you not? Well, kinda. But Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know? Followed a few stars around. Got a few autographs. Shook a few hands. Had a soda pop with a few of them, too. Looks like she wasn't here the entire night that night. The security lady also wasn't in this hallway the whole time either. I guess this means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. So, about the note that was inside your camera case. Oh, that ditty I wrote? Yeah. Can I believe what you've written? You mean the stuff about Aaron God showing his manager lady on the corrida? Yeah. Well, I reckon you best not be believing that. What? Look, I sort of wrote that on a whim, you know? Writing whatever came to mind. Whatever came to mind? Yeah, like when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random bull-dooders. I'm glad she cleaned her language up in front of the child. Hey, what's with you? Why are you staring at me like my grandpa used to? Lotta, like her name. Hey, and why are you sounding like you got older too? Or am I just shrinking here? My baby, my $1,600 baby. What's with that red-coated prosecutor anyhow? The guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back to me. Well, that's kind of how it is. Hey, you're that redcoat's friend, ain't ya? So, put in a few good words for me, get me back my camera. You want me to do what? Listen, that got real good for about 5 hours, and I guarantee he'll give it back. Why don't you just do your own dirty work? Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. A tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Keep yourself together out there, you hear? I'm coming to see you in court tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you then. And you too there, little un. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay. Don't be picky about your food now. Okay. And make sure you do all your homework, you hear? Okay. And if you happen to find yourself a camera, make sure to bring it right to me. Yep. Would you please just leave already? That lady is a lot. So we can't go in the on guard's room, but we can go in the Corrida's room, the bear room. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Corrida's hotel room. Who could this be? The only other people we've met so far in this case could it be Max? Probably Adrian? Maybe Adrian. I don't think Adrian would be moaning in pain like that. Do you think May is being kept inside of the hotel? I mean, there was a bear. Not sure. I'm not sure yet, Pa. I guess we'll have to find out. Mr. Nick! What is that otherworldly, ghastly moaning? I hate evil ghosts! Ah! I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon? Excuse me? What are you calling a demon, Brett? Ah! Zoinks! It's the alien! Who are you calling an alien? Oh, it's just you, Miss Oldbag. What are you doing here? What's wrong with youngins today? I came down here to pay my respects to my poor Juan, and you're disturbing me. What were those noises? You know, noises. Please talk to me about, I'm guessing she's like wailing or like mourning. Oh, like, oh, boo-hoo or something like that. I don't know. Please talk to me about the night of the murder just one more time. I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer in her note. She was loitering around him with that imbecilic look on her face. With that imbecilic look on her face. Okay, got it. Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're gonna take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, all right. Now I've seen everything. But you know, I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about Mr. Corrida. He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts in my book. But I heard he was lagging behind in the polls against Mr. On Guard.
Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know? But he was gonna become an even bigger star than he used to be. Look at this mountain of presents. It's a show of the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him.
Yeah, the mountain is pretty big and certainly nothing to shake a stick at.
Mr. Nick?
What is it, Pearls?
The presents, they're all bears, right?
She's got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. All of Mr. Creator's presents from his fans seem to be bears.
Oh, that's because you can't think of one without thinking about bears.
Bears? Why bears?
You don't know? When my dear Juan was training, he fought barehanded with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight, they became friends.
Wow, what a heartwarming story. He's like Zangief?
Look, it's just like in those young people's dramas. I can see those two tucking out, down by a river going, heh, you sure can fight. You too, bub. You too.
Did all of that really happen?
It's in his biography, bub.
Now she's gone Wolverine on me.
What a load of crock. So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents.
Yeah, nice. Bears. All right. Well, we got an ad break coming up here a little bit. I'm gonna go get out of this chair and stretch a little bit, I think. And we'll let the ad break run. Thanks everybody, May and Chizu and Paw and everybody and Ashby and everyone who's hanging out with us. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna run the ad break a little early, but I'll see you on the other side. Thanks. All right, let me go stretching. Stretch my wings. Stretch wings, ye souls of war. I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry, Paul. I'm back. I don't know why my ad blockers are literally up. Oh my god, I'm back. I am. I have returned. Sorry, I wanted to get up and stretch, move my legs a little bit. I'm back. I promise. All right. Hi, May. Hope you're enjoying the ride. All right, ad break's over. All right, so we'll keep going a little bit longer. I think I'll see if we can get to the next trial day, the next part of trial, and maybe we'll call it there. But we got a lot more to do, I think, before then. So let's see. So we already talked to her. Do I need to present anything to her? I don't think so. I don't know if she's gonna know anything. She basically knows nothing. Except this, maybe.
I don't have anything to say to the delinquents like you.
Ugh, she's clamming up like the old clam she is.
Please, anything would be helpful.
Oh god, the measurements line again. I don't want to know your measurements. That's why the sugar I put in my tea noodle is stuck at the bottom. Ooh, rough.
She really doesn't like you, Mr. Knit.
I know. All right, well, the old bag will just sit there for a minute. We got the sad bear. There's the crime scene. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered. This is probably where Mr. Kurita fought his assailant. These glass shards. They're probably from the glass vase Miss Andrews knocked over. The juice. It's a beautiful wine glass and tomato juice.
I don't really like tomato juice.
There's a bottle of it on the table. That's probably where this came from. Nothing new there.
That's a bed.
Yep, it's big, but it's a bed.
Mr. Nick, it's so soft.
How easily children are entertained. You know, one thing came to mind before I move over. I don't want to do everything, but let's see here. Nothing here. Maybe the only other thing I can think of is, does she know anything about the manager? No? Okay. Celeste? Adrian? Okay, so if she doesn't tell me anything about, like, Kurita, I'm not sure. All right, she's clamming up. She's clamming up! The only other thing I can think of is Lotta. Oh, I mean, she could probably say something about Edgy. Nope, she doesn't even have anything to say about Edgeworth. Okay, so I don't think Old Bag's gonna give us much. She already told us about this. Yeah, she's clammed up. I'm done. All right. Is there anything new here? No, nothing new there.
It's so messy here.
Pearls really likes things neat and tidy.
There are a lot of electronic things I've never seen before.
We've seen this before. That's a watch.
I know what a watch is.
Oops. I fucked up.
There's a lot of bears.
Alarm clock. Yeah, we saw this. Poor teddies. Oh god, I summoned the demon. It's hard to bear with all these problems. Growl. Yo, what is Domain Expansion Benevolent Shrine in Japanese? I would have to look this up real quick for you, but give me 1 second. Yoki Tenkai, shaking my head. Oh, so you had the answer. You're just trying to test me. All right. I see how it is, Paw. Yoki Tenkai. Bro, if you look it up, I spent my boats for nothing. Refund. You're right. Here, you get your points back. I was gonna look up the kanji and stuff for you and everything like that, but I guess if you just want to know the literal, like, verbal translation, that's fine. Well, thank you, Mai. I guess I'm a professional clown whenever I stream.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
I summoned the demon, and I'm scared, Pearls. Don't think there's anything else. Yeah, okay. So maybe I'm in here too early? What's going on here? I've been bonked. What'd I do? I've been bonked. I'm sorry for the delay. I wish I could do more about that. Like, I'm literally on low latency on Twitch. I switched over to YouTube to low latency as well. So everybody should be coming in at low latency. At that point, I think it's just a combination of the server I'm on Twitch's side that's getting the traffic and coming in. There's just probably just going to be some natural lag from that, if I had to guess. All right. I guess the only other thing we have to do is go to the detention center. Go to detention. Go to... Maya used to love going to the detention center. And being in it. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Aww. Ugh, I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer from one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh, yeah. There's a message for you. I'll give you your boats back. Could be that, like, maybe it thought you're trying to do something weird. I don't know. Bot behavior is probably what I had to guess. That looked like bot behavior, I'm guessing, to one of the bots. I'm sure you can. But I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if... I think it might just been, like, the big, like, hash thing you're doing. But I'm reading it. Hello, it's me, the Roblox TTS that young people use when they don't want a voice reveal. I'm famous for all sorts of things. Hiring me out for 127411274878189127141248791 for every letter. That's a lot of money. I'll have to go back to my wallet for that. A message. It's from Matt Ongard. Ah, here you are. When did he write? Is it something really important? I would hope so. I don't know. Well, let's see what he read, what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So, actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't put a lot of food out when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, all right? This is terrible! Let's hurry! We have to feed the cat! I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now. Yeah, I guess. Matt's note jammed into my pocket. A client's request is a client's request. I guess I should go check up on the cat. So he said by the hotel, so like I have to go to the hotel first and then I can move over to the living room. March 22nd, On Guard Mansion, living room. Sure is dark. I'll go turn on a light. Wow. So this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. That's interesting cat door you got there. Like, wait, how old is Pearl? Pearl's 8. She's 8 years old per the court record. 8 years old, Pearl Faye. Wow. So this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's find Shu, the kitty cat. Shu! Kitten! There's a lot of circumstances that are piled up. Also, kitten! Nah, this guy can't be the killer. Look at that cat. Shu, not guilty. Just gotta take this cat and go, Your Honor, Shu, not guilty. Anyway, I guess this is Shu. Ah, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shu. Yeah. The cat seems to like pearls. Well, she's probably good with animals. Pardon me. Oh, I'm sure we haven't seen you before. Not at all. May I help you with something, Mr... Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. Onguard's lawyer. The Masters. Then, you must be Mr. Wright. Yeah? If Phoenix was smart, he would have noticed the fucking stitches. He's not smart. That's why we, the player, have to guide him. Yes? Ah, it is a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler, John Doe. Of course it is. Course your name is John Doe. Nomenclature. Nominative determinism. Nice to meet you. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. On Guard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. Okay. And, anything else? No, not especially. I don't think I have Shelly the Killer in the profile. If it is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. Ah, how typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say, maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself. Dude, if you finish talking, he leaves. You think? You know, I would have thought Mr. On Guard to kind of have a maid over a butler. Good call, Phoenix. Well, in that case, before I do it. Well, we'll see, we'll see. Let's check the house, then. Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here. That's a cooking hearth? That looks like a fireplace to me. But then again, Pearl's 8, and she's rural. That's actually a fireplace. How are they different, Mr. Nick? You know what? You raise a valid point. You know, I've never actually seen a hearth before, come to think of it. You should come and visit Fay Manor, then. I'll show you one when we do. It's familiar as fuck. It sure is. That's a nice L couch. It's a very comfortable and spacious lounge set. I wonder if famous stars drop by and sit around and have a good time. In any case, I don't really belong here, do I? Ugh, what's with me and feeling inferior today? You get used to it. A giant bicycle's flying through the air. That bicycle, Pearls, is one you don't have. One where you don't have to pedal. It moves on its own. Really? Wow. But sorry to disappoint you. It can't fly. Oh, well, that's too bad. Let the girl dream, Phoenix. Yeah, we'll see. This is like what the Hitchcock, like the ticking bomb. Like we see it, but Phoenix doesn't necessarily see it. Ah, there are masks here. Yeah, that one in the middle is the Steel Samurai. The ones next to that are the Pink Princess and the Evil Magistrate. They fought many battles against the backdrop of neo-old Tokyo. Wow, you really know a lot about the Steel Samurai, Mr. Nick. I don't know whether to laugh or cry that I know more about that show than a kid. I would probably cry. Just a little. There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick. I bet it's for Mr. On Guard's cat to use. Oh, you mean Shoe? The door. It's locked tight. Well, I guess that's what to keep nosy people like me from entering it. Yeah, we're real nosy, aren't we, Nick? Oh my god, he dumb. So about the cat. That's a very cute cat you got here. It is my duty to take care of him. This master rather fancy sues. Present! Relax, Paul. Relax, relax. Relax, buddy. Tranquilo. Relax. He's leaving. The master rather fancy shoe. And anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for the lowly spirit to speak of the family cat. Not even the cat. The cat has higher standing than this guy. I guess I don't need this scrap of paper anymore. That's note crumpled to the ball, throw away. Well, I'm afraid I must take leave of you now. Oh, damn. I guess he is leaving. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. Ah, so young and yet already so accomplished. A master of law. Load. I can't. I'm too far back, man. There's also a lot to be proud. Save somewhere else and load the last load. No! Paul, what's going on, man? You're really gung-ho about this. What's going on here? Did I miss something? Do I have an auto load? I don't think I have an auto load. I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens. Well, unfortunately, I don't have an auto load. So I don't think it's going to happen. I guess we'll never know. I guess we can look it up later, but if I miss something, I'm sure I'll pay for it. Dual Destiny's exclusive. What is that, Paw? Why do you keep throwing like garbage into the... Is that just you like hitting, mashing the keyboard? Please be careful. That might be what the bot is signaling as like you being like a bot. That kind of stuff. There's also a lot to be proud of in being a butler, in charge of the house and all. And thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. I love how the music kind of dropped down when he did that. Dropped out. Now, if you'd excuse me. Not you too, Mr. Shoe. Is there anything else I can do? Examine. All right, I guess we're going back. Back to the lobby. What do we do now? Is there something at the criminal part? No. Do you stream all day? Not all day. So my normal schedules are, and this is Japan time, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So those are my usual schedules, and I tried my best to keep the YouTube in line with the Twitch at times. But we have a pretty regular schedule. You live in Japan? I do. I do. I'm in Japan right now as we speak. It is 8 p.m., 19 p.m. here in the Nihon. Nothing here yet. Nothing here. Do I go to the right again? Talk to him. Hottie Clinic? No. What do I do? Maybe back to the crime scene? No, can't go in there. Anything change here? Oh! I'm Uncle Bear, and I say it's barely 8 o'clock.
What is that infernal racket? It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m. Way past your bedtime.
Ugh, that startled me. I thought I was gonna die for a second.
8 p.m.? That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night, remember?
Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. Uh-oh. The transceiver.
Hello? Hello?
This is not a phone.
Maya, how's Maya? You haven't heard her, have you?
It seems you were not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. I have heard the news, so it would seem my present did you no good.
One more day, please. All I ask is for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time, please.
I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else, after all.
Please, please let Maya say something. I want to hear she's all right.
All right, then a little. What is with the static all of a sudden?
Hello? Hello?
It seems bad.
He's turning into a snake.
Connects.
Damn it. Did the transceiver just suddenly break?
Excuse me.
What happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden it became nothing but static.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. The sooner the better. Who do I know who's an electronics expert? Maybe the police? Maybe a cop would know something? Or a former cop? Old Bag doesn't know electricity. She's still she uses candles at her house still. I'm guessing Gumshoe, maybe? Something changed. March 22nd, Wright and Cool office.
Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner.
That's nice. Thanks. Is it instant noodles?
A rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is.
I'm sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have time to eat.
Oops, looks like you don't have a can opener, pal.
You've got to be kidding. And here, I thought he had already ripped something up.
Oh, I know. There's one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead.
Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about. Well, my thought is, if he knows anything about electronics, does he know anything about this? The transceiver?
Oh, Mr. Nick, you should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing.
What thing? Oh, yeah, this thing just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh? Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference? I was right. My hunch was right. So what is electromagnetic interference? It's something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal. Oh, when you put it that way. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen, the stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? Maybe back in 1995, when cell phones were still just coming out. Doesn't happen anymore. Huh? Computer? It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts acting weird. Oh, yeah, the TV does do that. Oh, so that's what you're getting about. She seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this. She's learning, Phoenix. Let her learn. Let the girl learn, Nick. So the room you were in when that interference to the transceiver happened, there's gotta be something in there that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Something like, like a listening device or something. Like a bug? Ah, hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened? We were in Mr. Kurita's room, the scene of the murder. What? That's it. I'm gonna sneak into the precinct and get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, all right, pal? Wait, gumshoe. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! And away he goes. We should be going too, Mr. Nick. All right, let's go. The plot thickens. Fun fact, someone calls him Gummy. Someone calls him Gummy, huh? Corita, back to the scene of the crime. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Corita's hotel room. Hey, you're finally here, pal. Sorry to keep you waiting. Sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. And suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. Well, I tried to break in. Turns out it's really hard, pal. From the outside, I mean. So yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item. Hey, calm down, pal. Didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's. Wow, so this is a bug sweeper. It looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh? By who? Me, of course. Gumshoe's homemade bug sweeper. Ah, seeing this show brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up. But I put my heart and soul in the building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? Is Gumshoe secretly cracked at electronics? That'll work. Trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity. So it's gonna beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. But isn't it better that way? Well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal? I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of box hidden in this room, pal. So we're gonna find it, right? Right. Now, first let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough look-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio wave, press enter to lock on. There's a lot of things that are giving off radio waves, so let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Alright, I'm gonna go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal? Okay. Lamp, check. Listening device? No. There are a lot of lamps in this room, aren't there, Mr. Nick? Yeah. And they're all on. You shouldn't do that, Mr. Nick. Don't you know that's wasteful? Yeah. I'll be more conscientious from now on. Sorry. Lamp, check. Listening device, nope. Alright, same thing. Alright, we've rolled out the lamps. Aircon. Well, the listening device isn't in the air conditioner. Ah, yuck! The air filter's covered in dust and dirt. Yeah, they should clean that. Come on, Mr. Nick, let's wash it. I wonder if being a neat freak makes even the tiniest dust bunny look colossal. What? Oh, nothing. TV. I don't really think the listening device is in the TV. Looks like the TV was left on and now it's showing an old samurai movie. Yeah, this channel plays all sorts of international movies as well as domestic ones. You know, every time I watch one of these old movies, I always think, wow, these Japanese stars are really good at English. Yeah. When I grow up, I want to study Japanese. You don't say, Pearl. I should probably keep my mouth shut here and not destroy her dream. Good idea. Well, the phone's the most commonplace for a listening device, I'd say, but let's take the receiver apart first before we get ahead of ourselves. Wow, you know a lot about electronics, don't you, Mr. Nick? Yeah, I know tons, especially when it comes to taking them apart. It's my specialty. Maybe. I'll leave the fixing up part to Gumshoe. So, is there a listening device in there? No, and I really thought it had to be in the phone, too. Alright. No. Wait. Oh, it's just giving off a default signal. A cell phone. No bugs here. A cell phone? What? Don't tell me you don't know what a cell phone is! I'm sorry. I've never seen one before. Now that she mentions it, my cell phone couldn't get any reception while I was staying in Korean village. Pearls has never lived outside the village, so, well, I guess I can't say it's impossible to live without one. The radio is on and playing something. Oh, it's Kit's Question Corner! Professor, why is the Earth round? Yes, why is it, Mr. Nick? Why don't you listen to the radio program a little more, Pearls? You might get your answer while I do the work. How would I know, bro? There's no listening device in the notebook computer, huh? What's a notebook computer? Do you know what a notebook is? Yes, it's a small book with paper you can write on. So? Well, that thing is like a notebook in a way. It's basically a small laptop. Mr. Nick? What's a laptop? Anything in the remotes? It's in the TV. It's the TV's remote control, but it doesn't look like there's a device in there. So I was thinking, I wonder if the TV remote works on other things, like, can I make you change expressions like TV channels? Zap! Hey! But if I could, oh, the people I would give the old mute button to. Well, I don't think it's gonna work on me. Why don't we try it on Maya tomorrow, okay? Okay! Here we have a dryer. Nothing unusual here. A dryer? Oh! If you use it next to a TV, it'll make the screen look all weird, right? Yeah. And when that happens, it's called electromagnetic interference, right? Hey, good memory, Pearls. I will never forget it for the rest of my life. Wow, there's a really delicious loaf of bread in here. Looks like it's been on keep warm all this time since the murder. Well, Mr. Scruffy Detective always says gotta keep the trail and the crime scene warm. I think the keep warm in that case is a little more metaphorical. Also, maybe we should give Gumshoe the bread. He must be starving. Poor guy's starving. Well, it certainly looks like an alarm clock. What's wrong? Why do you look troubled? I just can't imagine the listening device being inside this alarm clock. Hi, Shizu. It just, sort of reminded me of something that happened a long time ago. Another clock, which is the murder weapon. Oh, in this case, it's not. Oh. Well, anyway, it looks like the listening device is in here. Did Gumshoe actually get fired? He sure did. Franny fired him. And then she got shot. Oh, the water in this hot water pot's run out. I'll go get me more water for it. Okay. Sounds good. Looks like she's forgotten all about looking for the listening device. Yeah, it's okay. He works for me now. What's this? Wait. Why is there something coming from that bear? Oh, is it the... Oh, it's the coffee maker? Oh, well, it's kind of a hot water pot, I guess. But instead of hot water, coffee comes out. Really? This pot can do that? Is there a pot that orange juice comes out of? I don't think there's anything like that, Pearls. Sorry. We need to show her the wonderful world of a juicer. This is a refrigerator, right? I really don't think the listening device is in something like this. Because it's filled with nothing but healthy vegetable juice, right? Yeah, sure. What does that have to do with listening devices? Wait. Why is the bear giving me a signal? This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I've ever seen. Hey, do you guys find it yet? The lesson device, I mean. No, not yet, but this bear's eye is... Let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we got. No, you can't! Such a violent act! Oh, rip. No! Torturing the bear in front of the poor child's eyes. It's a miniature camera, and it looks like there's more. They put a whole, like, Raspberry Pi with a transmitter in there? Holy shit. There's a transmitter and a timer. A what emitter? A transmitter, pal. Oh. Is this more of a high-tech stuff? Actually, Raspberry Pis probably wouldn't be around back then. So this tiny thing's a camera. Yep, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. Closed circuit. Thanks for the hydrate, Shizu. It's a small, high-grade rate video camera mostly used in security system. Closed circuit, CC. I don't know what the D is. Closed circuit definition. So it's a video camera. It runs on battery, which it comes with it in a set. Gumshoe, we might have found your calling, my man. You know a lot about electronics. But there's no videotape in this camera. This is only the camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside is somewhere else. Somewhere else? The footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder. So it's sort of like TV broadcast, isn't it? Hey, you know, you're right. Set to record the victim's room from 8 p.m. for 1 hour. Was running at the time of the murder. I wonder why it would be recording for 1 hour in a very specific window. So what is a transmitter? It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal. It looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing. Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it. My guess is whoever put it there is like, I need it for an hour. I don't want it running 24/7 because that'll just drain the battery and then I'll get nothing. Why at 8 o'clock when the bear roars? Good question, Shizu. I don't know. It's also the time of the moida. You can set it for a certain time? Yep. Let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for 1 hour. 8 p.m.? That was the time the award ceremony ended. There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess. Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here? Pretty sure it's been here since the night of the moida. Then maybe this camera caught the murder on tape. What? And if you think about the angle the bear's at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal. Oh, goody. So there was a camera in this bear's eye. And it was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. Oh, hey, since Gumshoe's working for us. Yeah. Who gave Mr. Karina the present? I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there's got a video of what happened there that night. Now we can do the salary cutting noises. You're right, we get the privilege of cutting his salary and doing his performance review. Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is? It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out. Oh. Is there really no other way to find out? Well, could we track down who bought a giant stuffed bear with a camera? I got it. What? Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you gonna do? I'm going around the electronic shops to see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible. Impossible, even. I mean, it's already 9 p.m. Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Spy camera and transmitter were given to the Detective Gumshoe. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! Is that like his battle cry whenever he goes to work? He's gone. Yep. But Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's the best, Pearls. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mr. Maya's sake. It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right? Ugh, I know who that is. You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward, one step at a time. I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So, there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, You are one lucky man, right? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl? I have no idea. Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade, and only a small number of these are exported here. What? The camera and transmitter the scatterbrained detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into the country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is. Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can he really? Well, I guess so. It does make sense that, like, it's the easier thing. It's easier to find the thing that's like the rarity, right? It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. Like, you just, like, the bear, like, you're gonna, like, he, like, lifts it up. I'll be taking this. Hup! Just lifts it over his head. Ta-ta, little girl. Right. Mother, look out the window. Is that 9 p.m.? I'm sure you have other things you need. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. Stuffed bear snatched up by Edgeworth. See you soon, right? Wait! What? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, right? Until the court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Corrida? The real killer? Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, right? Everything begins with the truth. Juan Corrida's real killer. Miss Andrews' past. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal from Mr. Ongard. And this card. Shelly the killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to the case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. To be continued. Yay, we got a checkpoint. Yay. Yay. Save my progress, please. I've had a long day. Good job. Farewell, my turnabout. March 22nd, 9:14 p.m. Gatewater Hotel, Corridor. Okay, so we're starting right where we left off. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? It sure is. It is sure, pal. Farewell, my turnabout. Bye. All right, I'm gonna call it there for now because I feel like it's a good checkpoint. And man, that trial took a lot of time. Half of the game was basically cross-examining half of tonight's stream is basically cross-examining Miss Andrews. That was a lot, but that was fun too. Oh boy, did everyone have a good time? I sure hope you did. That was a lot of fun for me too. So we'll continue with case 4 next week. Yeah, we're gonna stop for now. I'm gonna stop here for now. It's about my usual stopping time anyway. I will probably do a little bit more, but it's a good checkpoint, I think, for us. Thank you for being here, Shizu. I always appreciate seeing you. And thank you as well, Paul. Thank you for being here. I hope you had a good time.
We had a good time, see, it was a lot fun, guys. We shall continue saying bye to Turnabout next stream. Let's go.
Yeah, we sure will, Justin. We'll continue this next Friday. We'll continue with case 4. We'll continue to work our way through Justice for All, and then we'll see what happens there. Saturday, so I'm gonna get up early. I'm gonna hang out with Boker. She wants to do another Japanese lesson with me, so please feel free to go check out Boker the Dragon if you want to do that. And then I'm gonna do some walking with some Death Stranding, or maybe I'll switch over to the Guilty Gear or something like that. I don't know. Either way, we're gonna have some fun tomorrow. And then Sunday, we'll be also on Boker's stream for what do you mean by stream is time? Well, yeah, like I have a set time. It says 880 seconds left and counting down. I'm very confused. That might be the live stream. That might be the live stream or like the lag. I'm not sure what you're seeing there. Anyway, thanks for being here, Dreamer, and thanks for being here. I hope you had a good time. But thanks everybody for being here. Let's do some roll call here first. So first of all, on the YouTube side, May, if you're still there, thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you had a good time. And Jupiter, thank you as well. I'm glad to see more people showing up on the YouTube side. It's really nice to see you guys. We'll continue this Friday, so I hope you guys have a good one there. And then all over here on the Twitch side, Paw, Dreamer, Shizu, Ashvi. Let's see, who else said hi today? Who else did we get to say hi to? Shogun. I remember Shogun. Thank you for being here. Let's see, who else did we get to say hi to today? There was a lot of people earlier that probably are going to get some sleep or some food or whatever. Saw Shogun. BB, there's BB. Lurvin, thank you guys for being here as well. Appreciate it. Ashley, Mark, if you're still here, I hope you had a good time too. Copy, thank you for being here. It was lovely to see you again. Hope you guys had a good one. Yeah, I think that's everybody. Yeah, looks like it. All right. So anyway, socials for everyone who wants to come and hang out with us on the boat in between streams. And then here's our raid messages to get ready, because we're gonna go say hi to somebody. All right, well, who are we gonna go say hi to is the question. I don't know. Do they have 16 viewers? Could be just lurkers. I don't know. I don't work here. I only work here. I don't really work here. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go say hi to another quarter, and then we're gonna meet someone new here. But she's playing Phoenix Wright as well. Her name's Miss Adora. Let's go say hi to her. Be nice. Be nice, everybody. Be polite. You represent the boat, so be nice. Anyways, so tomorrow I'll be on Boca's stream, and then I'm gonna do my own stream with Death Stranding. So I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Till next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take Toku. Itekimasu. Bye.
I cannot. A body was found